Hi guys, so I was streaming on Sunday night playing the new Monte Grappa Frontlines map with John in Battlefield 1, and not only did I have my best game ever in terms of KD ratio, I went 50 to 10. I think that was probably my most number of kills in a game. I could be wrong because some games of operations go on for Frontlines went on for ages initially, and you could get lots and lots of kills, but in a kind of a standard game mode. So and it was also with a gun that I haven't used since the release of Battlefield 1. This is the Lewis gun, lightweight, and so the question is why? And the only thing I can think of is the fact that I'd spent the previous few days playing Call of Duty WWII. And in fact, that's what you can see in the top right hand corner. It's some footage from Ardennes Forest in Team Deathmatch in COD WWII. Now, the footage of Battlefield 1 you're seeing is kind of highlights because the Battlefield 1 game goes on significantly longer than the Team Deathmatch game. So you'll see me dying a lot in the Call of Duty footage, where you won't really see me dying very often, I don't think, in the Battlefield footage, because I cut that out so you can just see the Lewis gun in action. But I think what happened was, when I fired up the beta for COD WWII, I really struggled to start off with competing at all. I was dying all the time because my Twitch muscle memory had atrophied over the last year of not really playing Call of Duty. I didn't enjoy Infinite Warfare. I didn't really get into Modern Warfare Remastered because Battlefield 1 was so good. And Battlefield 1, anyway, is a lot more forgiving in terms of Twitch and time to kill, and you have more space and more time to make decisions about your tactics, about going around and flanking. Whereas Call of Duty, Team Deathmatch, well, all of the modes really, all the multiplayer modes, don't give you that choice at all. You have to be on your game all of the time. You've got to be checking corners, you've got to be using cover. If you see somebody and somebody sees you and you don't start firing first, you're dead, when that isn't always the case in Battlefield 1. So what I think happened was, over the weekend, as I kept practicing COD, kept practicing, thinking about what I was doing, playing kind of more carefully but also more aggressively, because I was starting to understand the flow of the maps more, where I needed to be to get a bit of map control. When I then came back to Battlefield 1, those sort of skills that I'd worked on really came into play in this particular gameplay, because I was using cover, I was repositioning an awful lot. If somebody saw me, I was repositioning most of the time, which is something you have to do in Call of Duty. If somebody sees you and you don't kill them, there's no point really popping out behind cover again in the same place. You'll get a bullet in the head. And I was really surprised. I was really pleased. And it kind of shows you how Call of Duty and Battlefield and other first-person shooters as well, but if we take the two big ones, they really complement each other. I know lots of people are kind of, I'm Call of Duty, Battlefield's boring, it's a running and dying simulator. And people who play Battlefield are very much, Call of Duty's just for SMG rushers and kids who run around just blowing people's heads off with shotguns. When in fact, although they kind of look similar, and these two games sound similar as well, they do complement each other with the different game styles. So the tactical thinking that you have from Battlefield can help with COD, and the Twitch reactions that you need to compete with COD definitely help with Battlefield. But anyway, I thought it was quite an interesting thing that happened, and I would encourage anybody, if you really enjoy Battlefield and you like the closeness of combat, think about getting Call of Duty WWII, because it looks good. It sounds great. There's no jump packs anymore. There is swan diving and there are jump shots around corners, and it is very, very difficult in terms of the learning curve. You will have to spend many hours practicing and bringing yourself up to speed with the sheer pace and chaos of the game, because obviously the maps are tiny. The maps in Call of Duty are the size of one of the villages on a conquest map, or a Frontlines map, or an operations map in Battlefield. So they're different that way. But I think they're both incredibly enjoyable. And I guess the thing is, I have put a hell of a lot of time into Battlefield 1 to get where I am now, which is, I'm pretty competent on it. I can hold my own on the right day with the right map, with the right teammates and sort of thing. Anyway, the reason why I chose the Lewis gun was because the light machine gun, or one of the light machine guns in the COD World War II beta, and I guess going into the game, is the Lewis gun. And as we were playing the new Frontlines map on Ballroom Blitz, I said, right, so as a kind of a tip of the hat to COD World War II, which we've been playing so much, I'll get the COD World War II gun. And I'll use it, which is the Lewis gun. And then I went for the lightweight for the reason that it's got the most similar iron sights to the version that's in COD World War II. And in case you're wondering, well, wait a minute, what happened with World War I and World War II? Why is there a light machine gun in both eras? Well, it's because the Lewis gun was a World War I light machine gun used by the British Army and a few other people as well. Invented by an American in the early 1900s, but he came over here and basically made them. But what happened was, at the beginning of the Second World War, the Bren gun became the main light machine gun for the British Army. But unfortunately, after Dunkirk, when they had to leave so much of their equipment behind in France after the evacuation of all the British soldiers, that they had to take it was over 50,000. Lewis guns out of storage and recondition them and get them up to speed to supply a light machine gun, to the British Army, because they were so short of equipment. But anyway, there you go. This is my 50 and 10 gameplay on Monte Grappa on the new Frontlines game mode. It was great fun, and that was Call of Duty World War II Ardennes Forest Team Deathmatch in the top right hand corner. Hopefully I'll see you on the battlefield, and hopefully, come November, I'll see you on the fields of Normandy and France, where we'll be fighting out in Call of Duty. If you've got any questions or comments, stick them down below. If you like the video, hit like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe. Thank you very, very much, and I will see you again soon.
Avanti!
I got some nice mortars just to greet them, to say hi there.
Assaltatore nemico, facciamo attenzione! Prendi! Munizioni!